That's why we out here, to bring awareness to the people, to show them their true identity and true black history of what they're supposed to do. Because this is the Black Expo. But I guarantee you, most of our people, you might get some, but most of our people in here don't know their true history, right? So that's the flip side of envying your oppressor. When you do that, you hate your people. Now let's show how do you love your people. Give me a love. Let's show what love is according to the Bible, because that's what the officer had mentioned to you, right? Let's show what love is according to the Bible. And this is how you love your people, because when you look at our societies today, is there love in our community? It's a lot of hatred, a lot of. And I'm gonna get on that too. I'm gonna get where it came from, right? I'm gonna get to the root of it, because it wasn't natural. It was natural for us to keep the commandments and love our brother, but something happened. We're gonna touch on that next. But this is love. Read what you got.
1 John chapter 5 and verse 3. For this is the love of God.
So, a lot of times people say to love is that sensitive, mushy type of feeling, right? That hugs and kisses type of feeling, that shows you love somebody, right? But how we look at love isn't exactly how God looks at love, right? This is what God loves. Read it from the top again.
For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments.
So the love of God is keeping his commandments, doing what he says. That's how we show we love God. And then that leads into that feeling that we think love is, right? Because you can't say you have children. You have children. You got a wife. You have a wife. You got a best friend or anything. You got somebody you love, right? Okay. How do you know you love them? How do you know you love them? Because love is action. I'm gonna give you an example. I got a wife, right? I got a wife. What in all actuality, if I'm beating my wife, cheating on my wife, doing all these things, do I love her? No. So love is keeping the commandments. You're gonna deal with that person righteously by what the Bible says. Meaning, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Meaning what? If I don't like somebody to steal from me, I'm not gonna go steal from my brother. You see what I'm saying? That's love your neighbor as you love yourself. If I don't want somebody holding a grudge or getting over on me, I'm not gonna do the same to them. Right? That's how you show you love them. So to love somebody, meaning you're gonna deal with them according to the commandments. Right? So that's what love. So what is love again? What is love according to the Bible? Read it again for my brother.
1 John chapter 5 and verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments.
So the love of God is to keep his commandments, right? So now, let's see. How did we go from loving our brothers to all this hatred? All this hatred. How did it flip? How did it go from that? What do you think? Okay, he's straight to the point. He's straight to the point. That's where it came from.
That's how you keep the man down.
And that's how you keep a man down. Give me let's go to Deuteronomy real quick. You got something for me? You want to pull something?
Ecclesiastes 7:7.
Yeah, pull that real quick. Pull that. Yeah, I'm gonna touch on the point you just said. By them doing that, how does that make us feel? How did that make us feel? Because what you mentioned, that's 100% accurate, right?
It's like Putin doing to his neighbors.
Right, but that's his people, right? Yeah. Exactly. So when they do that to us, how does that make us feel? How do we feel? Like, what's our emotions when that happens to us? Are we glad they doing this to us? Are we upset? We upset, right? Read what you got.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 7. Surely oppression.
It says, surely oppression. Now, when they do these things, isn't that oppression? When they set laws up against us, like you got a police brutality, when they had the black codes, the Jim Crow laws, when they set up all these laws against us, what was that? That's a form of oppression. That's a form of oppression. So read that again.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
You see that? It says, surely oppression makes a wise man mad. So when they was doing that, we was angry. How do we know we was angry? It led into the civil rights movement. It led into the civil rights movement. It led into the coming of the Black Panthers. It led into all that. So what we start doing, we start rioting. We start marching. We start doing all these things. Why? Because it made us upset. It made us mad. We had some understanding that we shouldn't be going through these things, right? We had some understanding of that. So what it did, it made us angry. So now it got to the point where we wanted to fight back. And that's why you had the revolutionaries, so on and so forth. You had your Marcus Garveys, Malcolm X's, Denmark Vesey's. You had all these different people doing that. Why? Because the oppression. You had, when they was doing the bombing in Selma, all these different things, it was form of oppression to do what to us? You said it earlier. To keep us down. That's what it was for. But they knew we was the greatest people on the planet. Give me Deuteronomy 28. They knew we was the greatest people on the planet. Even in the Great Depression era, right? You familiar with Tulsa, Oklahoma?
Yeah.
What happened in Tulsa?
Yeah, they went in there and killed and burned because they didn't want those people to be just like them. They want to keep them down.
And you're exactly right. Because what was happening? You said they didn't want them to be like them. What was happening on an economic level?
They had their own thing.
There you go.
Keep that to get there, and pretty soon, already put one of the things up in the White House already. And you know, they don't want you to take over because this is their world. This is not. We are here. White men think we here, people of lesser color, here to serve them. That's what the white man thinks. I ain't talking about just black people. All other people is not white.
Right.
White is superior. Everybody else is just supposed to be.
Okay. You said something. You said a few things. You said this is their world, right? This is actually our world. The Most High just gave it to them temporary because we sinned, right? Give me Job 9:24 real quick, and then on 2nd Ezra. Only reason why they rule the planet, only reason why they're above everything is because we fell into the midst of sin. It's because we didn't obey the laws of God. That's why they on top and we on bottom. And that goes into the portion of the curses in Deuteronomy. And we'll get to that too if you got time. I'll read what you got.
The book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked.
It said the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. What people rule the earth? Like you said, more white folks. You said they have everything, this and that. Hold on, but it says, read it again.
The earth is given.
Let's listen to the little words that it's saying. The little words with a big meaning. It says the what?
The earth is given.
It said the earth is given. If I give you something, right? Let's say that camera right there. If you give me that camera, was that camera mine from the beginning? No, it wasn't. Why? Because you gave it to me. So what God is saying, he said the earth is given. He gave it into the hands of them. Why? Because we was in the midst of sin. Read that again.
The earth is given into the hands of the wicked.
So God gave the earth to them because we was in sin. But it's only temporary. Read on.
It covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
So by him ruling the earth, he cover up the faces of the judges. The judges are the Israelites, which is us. How do he cover our face? Through oppression, through the history we just went over, right? He cover our face through the images, through whitewashing, through all these things. That's how he cover our face. By saying what? We African American, we black. Y'all not the Israelites, y'all not the real Jews. So he cover up our faces, our identity. That's what he do, right? Now go to 2nd Ezra 6. So, like I mentioned, it's only temporary. When you read through the scriptures, like you mentioned, the white man, he is the descendant of Esau. When you read in the scriptures, it was two brothers. It was Jacob and Esau, right? Esau, the white man, is the descendant from Esau. Esau was the one who sold his birthright when you read it in Genesis, right? But read what you got.
2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 9.
Where it talks about it. Yep, that's what I want.
For Esau is the end of the world.
So it says Esau is the end of the world, which is like you mentioned, the so-called white man. He rules right now, but it said he's the end of the world. That's why you always hear it's the end times and stuff like that. Why? Because we read that the earth was given to him, but it was only for a time. Now the Lord finna take it away from him. And it's gonna go back to where? To the rightful owners. Read.
For Esau is the end of the world.
Meaning he's the end of the world. After his rulership, that's the end for him. Read.
And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
And Jacob had 12 sons. It said Jacob, meaning these people on this sign, the so-called American blacks, which is Judah, the so-called West Indies, which is considered the Jamaicans or those in the coast of Barbados, are Benjamin. The Haitians is the tribe of Levi, so on and so forth. So these people, meaning Jacob, is what?
The beginning of it that followeth.
So meaning what? These people on this sign right here, their rulership or their world is coming back after Esau kingdom is over with. So he gave it to Esau, but it's gonna go back to the rightful owners, which is these people on this sign. That's what the Bible is saying. Now let's jump, 54. 2nd Ezra 6 to 54.
2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 54.
Yep.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
And it's kind of, when we read that, sometimes it's kind of hard for people to understand, or not understand. They understand it, but they don't want to accept it. So it's kind of hard for people to accept what this is saying. Why? Because we was taught in society what? We all created equal. But if you think about it, they say we all created equal, right? If we all created equal, what people is always at the bottom of everything? Us. Even the so-called Chinese, man, so on and so forth, they ain't created equal when it comes to the so-called white man. So that's just a mask that they try to put over us to get us to believe and they kind of program it in our mind. We're not equal. We never were. You know what I'm saying? Read what you got.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
So we know about Adam. Adam was created, he was formed from the dust of the ground, and all of us came from Adam. All creatures, right? Read.
Of him come we all.
Of him come we all, meaning we all come from Adam. Everybody you see on the planet come from Adam, right? Because through Adam, you have people on the earth. But what happened to those people that was on the earth? Give me Genesis, hold on, we're gonna come back. Give me Genesis 6. And I do this so people can kind of understand. Because a lot of people say, well, we all don't come from Adam, this, and that. It was more people on the earth. It was, but something happened. 6 and 1, I think that's what I want.
The book of Genesis chapter 6 and verse 1. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth.
So you had different men on the earth. It was multiplying on the earth. It was more than just Adam, read.
And daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men.
See that? So it said the sons of God and the daughters of men. What just happened right there, it made a distinction from different people. Read.
The sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years.
Okay, is this something? Yep, that's what I want. 5.
Verse 5. And God saw the wickedness of man.
And God saw the wickedness of man. So something happened at that time. When God saw the wickedness of man, read on.
Was great in the earth.
It was great in the earth. Why? Because you had a bunch of people in the earth. It wasn't just Adam, you had a bunch of people in the earth, right? Read.
And that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
So it was a lot of evil going on the earth. So what did God have to do? What is something that happened back in Genesis when he just wiped out the whole earth? What happened? What was that? You know what that was? I think they got movies on it and stuff like that. It was the flood. He flooded the earth and wiped out everybody except for Noah and his sons. What people don't understand, Noah come from the lineage of Adam. Then Noah had his sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, who populated the earth. That's how everybody else got created. But we come from the line of Shem. But other people come from Japheth and Ham. But what the Bible is saying, we still all come from Adam. And that's after the flood, because all the other people that was there before the flood got killed off, except for Adam's lineage. That's what it's saying. Now go back to 2nd Esdras.
2nd Esdras chapter 6 and verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
So that's how Adam is Lord over all thy creatures, right, Reed?
Of him come we all.
Yep, that's how everybody come, because after the flood, people got killed off, right, Reed?
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
It said, and the people who thou hast chosen. Remember, we read in Genesis, it said the sons of God and the sons of men. It made a distinction. So when we read in 2nd Esdras, it's letting us know that you have people on the earth, and then you got another people that God have chosen. That people he have chosen is us. We are the chosen people. Why you think we are the most hated? If it's something not special about you, or you're not doing something, nobody's gonna hate you. For what? You don't have nothing, you don't got nothing, for what? So why is it we can get called racial slurs over here, and we haven't done nothing, but then we go overseas, we still get the racial treatment? Why? Because they know we are the sons of God.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is